Is Jackie Nushi the truth? Look, let me say this. Nobody don't have to necessarily give a fuck about what you're thinking and how you're feeling. God don't. Life don't. Your situations, when they come to you, a lot of times you might be in the fucked up mood in the world. Do they care? So what the hell make you think another individual is supposed to care about your thoughts or your feelings? Especially if you expect for somebody to react and respond to your behavior as if it's justified. When you're misdirecting your energy and directing it on them, and it ain't for them. It's not for them to carry that. So who is it for? Bitch, who is that for? Plus, it's regarding something that has nothing to do with them, when it got everything to do with your trauma and your shadow and your insecurities. And just because an individual or person may be around you and may help add on to the energy that's going on at the moment, you want to act like that they have something to do about the root of what the fuck really going on and what's wrong with you. That's an individual problem, and that's a you issue. That has nothing to do with anybody else. And I hate when people do that, because if you're not wise, that will make you confused as hell. Because the more lost a person is, the losser that they will by default make you if you let them. Because the more delusional and lost they are, they're hitting every angle that's not even an angle that you didn't even think of and can't vouch for because it ain't got a point. And what are you talking about? This is pointing to you. This is not pointing to anything I'm involved with. What is wrong with mother? Like, can we do some, before you open your mouth about an issue or a situation, can you please take a moment to think to yourself, is this warranted? Am I tripping? Is it me? Or it doesn't matter. Can I let that slide? Because I could be wrong. Why not think of that? You would avoid so much. You would avoid a lot of stress. You would cause things that you would want, a lot of positive falling into place type of synchronicities, if you would completely analyze your reality and the part that you're playing in it. Because when you're playing these roles that you're not aware of, when it comes down to things that you absolutely cannot control, you already set the framework of it up previously. So if you can do that now, your frameworks to come may align with something that's delightful. And sometimes when they align in the future with things that's delightful, you may be in a shitty ass mood and got a whole lot of bullshit going on. And here's a treasure, an internal Pandora's box that you created in the unseen and didn't even realize, you know what I'm saying? So it's best to take account. When I say take accountability, I'm saying take all responsibility, just so that you can see your shadow and if you're wrong. You don't even know if you're actually wrong until you try to step in them shoes and see, am I wrong? Maybe I am wrong. Do that first. You don't even know if you're wrong because you just lost. You know when you lost. You may don't know what the fuck going on, but you know you're lost. So don't get mad at others who may not be going through the same lostness that you're going through, and assume that they are based on you having a commonality with them to even be around them and talk to them and fuck with them, and thinking that everybody thinks like this. No, everybody fucking don't. Everybody don't have the same thought processes because their perspective is not where yours is at. Just by them being in the space that they're in and you being in the space that you're in. Just by them having different experiences and living in a totally different reality, being that they're a different person and have their own individuality and their own perspective. Just based off of that, not everybody is still dealing with or has ever dealt with some of the trauma that you're facing and that has you flunked out in that moment. And even if they were, they are not dealing with it in the same way. Everybody ain't on the same type of time when it comes to your internal world. So don't expect for people to coddle you and to accept and agree that it's justified. But from their perspective, that's not even a thing. So with that being said, consider that before you open your mouth. Not to say don't say what you had to say, but consider that before you compose and organize what it is that you're about to say first and how you're about to come across. Check yourself, baby, because you stepped on somebody's toes based off of you having vulnerabilities and aching issues going on in your internal world, and you're trying to project it and throw it on them. If you can check yourself before you do that, then there will be no hurt feelings and bad blood, because somebody had to show you how to check yourself. There wouldn't be as many unnecessary disagreements. You wouldn't have to make mountains out of molehills so much. Even when you're watching a commercial and something may piss you off, check yourself right then and ask yourself, why is I pissed off? Who gives a fuck? Is this something else that I'm actually pissed off at? Check yourself. That'll make your life a lot better. Perfect time to do some shadow work. And ask yourself, how does everything that I said, how can it apply to you and your behavior? Whether it got something to do with proving a point to somebody else or not, ask yourself a genuine question. That's how you do shadow work, okay? You know how people can project and they really talking about themselves? Well, I'm talking about myself or I'm talking about your ass. Am I lying? Pretty much that's all the fuck I gotta say.